Hey guys, it's Hannah Hart's Book 6, and today I'm filming the Library 411 book tag. This book tag was created by Jashana C, but I watched Peter Likes Books do it last night, and I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Also, I am going to be reading the questions down from my laptop, so if you see me looking down, that is why. Okay, so the first question, Information Desk. A book that was helpful to you for any reason. Okay, so a book that was helpful to me was The Single Woman by Andy Hale. I read this book in high school when I, wasn't dating anybody, and it made me so upset. And, it's so sad to think about it now because I'm, happily married, and I got married, right after high school. It's crazy how your life changes. But basically, I read this book because I was having a hard time being single in a world where it feels like everybody else is dating. So I read this book, and it made me think about how wonderful it is to be single. And of course, I was only single for about 6 months after I read this book, but those 6 months were a lot more joyous than the past 2 to 3 years that I had experienced. But, so yeah, that was the book that helped me. The return bin. What are 2 books you read and immediately wanted to return because you disliked or a recent DNF? Okay, the first book is Fangirl. And yes, you are probably going to throw your stones at me, but I hated that book. I think it's because I don't have social anxiety, so I did not relate to the main character at all. There are things that most people with anxiety go through, and I, just from my experience, there was one thing where she, she didn't go to the cafeteria because she didn't want to ask somebody where the cafeteria was. And in my mind, that is something that I could totally do. Just be like, hey, where's the cafeteria? So I just didn't relate to her character at all. I really don't relate to characters who have social anxiety because I myself do not have social anxiety. So it's kind of hard for me to read those books. My husband has social anxiety, so maybe I should, get better at reading those books. But it's just kind of hard because I'm an extrovert to the millionth degree. So those issues kind of just don't make sense to me. I mean, I know a lot of people love that book for the social anxiety rep, but it just didn't fit the bill for me. So, you're supposed to choose 2 books. Another book that I finished, but I didn't like very much, is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I just gave that book 3 stars. I know a lot of people have been talking about how much they love it, and I just only thought it was okay. So, yep. Hold section. Your most anticipated release, which you can't wait to get your hands on. Okay, the first one is Puddin' by Julie Murphy. The second is Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. I've read Dumpling by Julie Murphy, loved it. Puddin' is the companion novel with my favorite side character from that book, so I'm so excited. And then the second one is by Becky Albertalli, Leah on the Offbeat. It's about a character from Simon, and I've read both her previous books, Simon and Upside, last year, and I am so excited to learn more about Leah and I really liked Simon much more than Upside, even though I related to Molly and Upside, but whatever. Okay, 4, Community Classes and Study Rooms, a book you loved that was a school assignment. So the book that I loved that was a school assignment that I can vividly remember loving is Cold Sassy Tree by Olive Ann Burns. It is a book set in the early 1900s about a 14-year-old boy who his grandma has just passed away, and his grandpa marries this much younger woman, and it is the gossip of the town, and it is such a good book. And there's actually a second book that she wrote 14 chapters of, but that she passed away, and I haven't ever gotten to that book, so I'm hoping to reread Cold Sassy Tree this year, and then I can start reading the Leaving Cold Sassy, because our editor finished the book and wrote some things about her life, so I think that would be a really good book to read. But computers, a modern classic you love or favorite sci-fi. Okay, so a modern classic I love is To Kill a Mockingbird. I read it, that was also a school assignment. I read it in 8th grade, and I actually started my reread of it this year on audio, but I was so busy that I didn't get a chance to finish it, and also I think it's probably better to not read it on audio I don't know, it's just, I think it would be much better to actually like read it physically. So I think over the summer I'm going to read it physically, and I can seal it as one of my favorite books, because it is one of my mom's favorite books. DVD rentals. Your most anticipated or favorite in recent history book to movie or book to TV adaptation, or a book that felt cinematic, or a book you wish could be adapted into a movie or TV series. A recent book to movie adaptation that I loved was Love, Simon. That book was amazing. That book and movie are amazing. And also, if you haven't gone to see it, I am going to give you a suggestion. If you can go see the movie and there are high school squealing girls in the theater, your movie going experience will be so much better, because their reactions are so precious. Most anticipated is either The Hate U Give, which I don't know, that was supposed to come out this year, but they had to recast one of the actors because he was trash, and so I don't know when that's going to come out, probably 2019, which I can gladly wait for. I can wait for perfection. But the next one that I would consider seeing or consider watching, I'm so excited for, is To All the Boys I've Loved Before, which is adapted from Jenny Han's book of the same name. And that book was book candy, and I'm so excited about it. It's coming to Netflix, or Netflix got the rights for it. I'm so excited. I really hope they make all 3 books into movies, because they're just so cute. But library bookstore sale. A random book you picked up without knowing anything about it and really enjoyed, or show off your fave bookish merch. So the one book that I would talk about is Murder with Fried Chicken and Waffles, and its sequel, Murder with Macaroni and Cheese. Those were the coziest, cutest little mystery books, and the main character is named Mahalia Watkins, and she owns this diner, and she has this crazy cousin, and basically I had never ever heard of these books before, and they came into the library that I was working at the time, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go check these books out. So I checked them out, and they were so cute. I read them over Christmas, and I kind of want to reread them again because I have them on my ebook, and they're just so cute. And they're definitely not like literary masterpieces, but I love them, and I want A.L. Herbert, which is the author of them, to come out with more in the Mahalia series, because they're just so fun, and like, and they like remind me of Dateline, and I just love it. Okay, so the next one, teen youth room, favorite YA or favorite book you read as a kid. Okay, favorite YA book. Okay, Far From the Tree by Robin Benway. It is about 3 siblings who 2 of them got adopted, and one of them is in foster care. They all have the same mom, and they kind of come together in this story, and it is so sweet, and oh my gosh, it's so heartwarming. And give it 5 stars. It won the National Book Award, and it totally deserved it. I cried so many times. So good. Museum tickets. A book that made you feel a bit more cultured upon completing it. A book that made me feel more cultured upon completing it was Harry Potter. All 7 books, because as of last summer, I read all 7 books, and I finally feel like I can be a citizen of the world and not dodge Harry Potter spoilers, and be so amazingly cultured, and finally figure out that the Harry Potter hype is so worth it. Overdrive Hoopla, an audiobook you love. Okay, I'm going to say Someday Maybe by Lauren Graham, and Seriously I'm Kidding by Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres' book is hilarious. Love it. If you need something to brighten your day, listen to that book. Someday Maybe is Lauren Graham's fictional book, and it is so good. Request to purchase. A lesser known book that you want more people to know about and read. A lesser known book that I want people to know about and read. When You Reach Me by Rebecca Stead. I read it as part of my Newbery Challenge. It won the Newbery Medal in 2010. I picked it up through an ebook or Kindle ebook deal, and it was amazing. It had this time travel element that I had no idea about, set in the 1970s, $20,000 pyramid game show, so fun. Totally didn't know anything about it, and I loved it. A librarian, a character who loved helping others. This one I was having such a time. Okay, I would say Dumbledore, because Dumbledore helped Harry a lot, / Hagrid. Yeah, Dumbledore and Hagrid from Harry Potter. I would say that. And then Sanctuary, a book that is your safety net, is like home to you, helped you through a rough time. A book that's like home to me is Walk Two Moons. It reminds me of when I read it in 6th grade. Love that book. Another book that's like home to me. I would say like any book that my grandma read me, like Amelia Bedelia. Oh, The Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. That is my favorite book. And The Places You'll Go. The Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss is amazing. That book changed my life. Loved it. And it helped me. And I remember I read it the night before I started college, and it gave me so much strength because I was so nervous. But yes, that is the end of the tag, and I am going to tag Krista from BooksandJams. Yep, that's what I'm going to tag. Okay, that was my video, and I hope you guys liked it. Bye!